Hi friends, I want to give you a little process that you can engage in with me when you are feeling an overwhelming amount of fear for your children. This is a really normal thing that comes up for us when we start dissolving attributes of white supremacy culture as they live in us. We become aware of just how scared we are and how many fears we have for our children. We realize we've been parenting all along with a tremendous amount of fear, and we worry about what that means for them. But the truth is, our children have gotten more than enough. They've gotten the perfect balance of safety and struggle to be able to launch on their unique and universal human journey. Just as we have, we got enough too. Got just enough to be able to be here and to be able to turn toward our lived experience and begin to heal it, begin to work with it, and begin to create something new and more life-giving out of it. We all have gotten enough, despite the fact that we've been left pretty impaired by our white culture. So when you're feeling a little overwhelmed by your fear for your kids, here's a little practice you can cue up and do right with me. We're going to tap, we're going to use a setup statement, and then we're going to close resourcing some positives. So for our setup statement, we're going to say, even though I'm feeling all this fear for my children, and it might be tangled up in doubt and insecurity about what I've given them or how I've been with them as a parent, I am beginning to open to the possibility that my child has enough. My child is enough. I have enough, and I am enough for this beautiful and rich human journey of growing into belonging. So even though I have all this fear, I'm beginning to become aware that it's possible that my child has enough, is enough, and that I have enough. I have done enough. And I am enough to be on this rich and beautiful human journey toward wholeness and belonging. Even though I have all this fear for my child, because I'm aware of all I didn't give him or give her or give them, or I'm aware of all the mistakes I made, so I feel all this fear about their future. And yet I'm opening to the possibility that my child is enough, has gotten enough, that I am enough, and I have given enough, that we can both live meaningful lives and live this rich, mysterious path toward becoming more fully human and connected. in belonging. So now we tap on our fear. You just notice the sensation in your body. You notice the kinds of stories you're telling yourself in your head. You can put words to it, or you can just notice the body sensations. All this fear. All this doubt. So much worry. All these scary stories I'm telling myself. All this fear. All this uncertainty. I'm a white mom, feeling white mom fear for my kids. Which is really just my white person fear in my white woman body. It's hard for me to tell that my kid is enough, that I've done enough. It's hard for me to tell that I am enough, that I've done enough. My mind is racing into the future. All this fear. All these stories I tell myself. Just notice the fear and feel the tapping. Notice the worries. Hear the sound of my voice. Be reminded we're in it together. This white mother fear. I'm softening it for me, and I'm softening it for you. All this fear. I might just be moving toward a new understanding. I might just be opening slightly to the possibility that my child has had and is having enough. My child is enough. I have enough. I've given enough. I am enough. My good enough parenting might be the just right combination to help my child have a rich and beautiful human journey, all her own, all his own, all their own. I'm willing to consider that it's possible that I got enough and my child got enough. Emotional nutrition, social nutrition, physical nutrition, and spiritual nutrition. To have a really fabulous, uniquely beautiful human journey. I'm beginning to open to the possibility that even though I have all this fear, I skipped a step, all this fear, some of it's still in my body. Bit by bit, I can tell that it might all be just right. That we might be in the just right place with just enough resource, love, connection, and belonging to heal the human condition in ourselves and in our community. My child is on their own journey. I have resourced it well. Even though I have fear, a deeper part of me knows this kid is sturdy. This kid has been given enough of the good stuff to make beautiful things in their life. Even though I might still have a little fear, I'm open to accepting the possibility that this human journey toward reconnection and re-belonging might just have more beauty, safety, love, and joy than I knew to take in. It's possible that I've had enough, that I am enough, that my child has had enough, that my child is enough. To live a creative, connected, unique, yet universal human path toward becoming fully embodied and alive, connected, creative, free. So after you've tapped several rounds like that, just stop and breathe into your body and notice how you feel. We're trying to support our body to notice the fear so that just enough so that we can digest it. So you may need to tap more on noticing the feelings of fear before you are able to notice the feelings of security and hope. So you're not trying to force yourself to get to a place of security and hope. We tap where we are and we keep noticing where we are on the journey, the physiological journey towards security and assurance that we belong. So we can notice where we are on that journey and tap from where we are and inch our way toward security, belonging, and wisdom. I hope this helps. Reuse this video as often as you need to. Just be reminded you're doing the work for yourself, for your child, and for all of us in white mom bodies, metabolizing fear and coming home to safety and belonging on the human journey.